Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Sox On Tap.
Tony, my first reaction is just, fuck yes, let's go.
Sox versus Richmond. That's where it all starts. It all starts taking care of business in-house in the Central Division.
That's right, I'm a meatball.
You got to bring that top button swag, baby.
It is always great to beat the Cubs.
And I'm a homer, so I always say they're gonna.
Dallas Keuchel Lansing got some beards that you should be afraid of.
What everybody said when he gets out there, it's me versus the other guy, and I'm going to beat him. So I just love that mentality. It's cool and fucking tough.
Steve, would you say that Tony is mad online?
I would definitely say that.
The White Sox winner.
Hello, White Sox fans, and welcome into another Saturday edition of Sox On Tap. It's Tony Marchese. Tonight, I'm joined by my guy, Buzz, who's going to continue this little intro right here because he needs to address the ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls.
I do, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sox on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Tony, aka Tony on Tap, and we're here to review another White Sox loss to the Baltimore Orioles. We're not happy about it. We don't feel good about it, but we have beer, so we will eventually feel better. Before we get into this, be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Sox on Tap, at On Tap Sportsnet. Following Tone at Tony on Tap and me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. If you're a betting person, go to betrivers.com. Use promo code on tap. They will match up to $250 of your first deposit. So please do that. If you'd like to join us live and you're on Twitter or Facebook, please go over to our YouTube, youtube.com/ontapsportsnet. Hit the subscribe button and join us in the comment section. That's a mouthful. Tony.
Thank you for taking that from me because it's
cruised through that. I cruised, man. I was driving. I felt like I was going
fast.
fast.
Train me well. I've been doing that a lot this season. Buzz, we're talking about just yet another pitiful loss. This beer is going to be flowing around here the entire show. I want to get into initial thoughts from this one. I want to get into some of the pregame stuff before we dissect all of what transpired today and what's been transpiring this weekend, because we got yesterday's ball game to talk about. Sorry, we did not get a show out last night.
My bad. I fell asleep, but I apologize. I will take that responsibility real quick, Tony.
Buzz fell asleep. I was at the game. I'm pointing this way. I meant to point, that way. There's Buzz. He's somewhere over there. I'm used to being on the left side of the screen, not the right. It's just weird here. There we go. He switched it. now I can. No, I'm screwed up. There we go. A little bit of musical chairs going on around here. But Buzz, I want some thoughts, initial reactions from today's baseball game.
Oh, just underwhelming. I really don't know. You think after losing 2 out of the first 4 games of this series that they would come out with a little bit more fire, make a bit more stuff happen. It didn't happen that way. 8 guys left on base, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position here tonight. This afternoon. I don't know, man. It's just the same story that the Sox have been telling all year, and it kind of gets hard to keep talking. Not that we don't want to talk about what's transpiring on the field, but inconsistencies within a lineup are a problem. We talked about that before, but these guys aren't hitting either, and they're ravaged by injuries, man. You can't get a good look. My initial thoughts are we're exactly where we're supposed to be right now. I don't feel there's enough discipline. I don't feel there's enough authority, and I don't feel there's enough heart to try to get through it. And I think that the injuries, even if there was enough heart, would really kind of take you away from it. The win column, that is. You're 15-21 at home, man. That just can't happen. It just my initial thoughts on the White Sox in this Orioles series are just bad. It's bad thoughts.
Bad MK?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay, but they are fucking bad, okay, So it's not what we want.
It's not great, Bob. And Buzz, I know this is I think we've done a couple of these together this season.
We have. Yeah, we have.
This has got to be the most painful one that we're going to talk about. Before we get into today's ball game, I just want to say, I was there in person last night. Don't normally sit behind home plate. Had a great view last night. It was a good time, except for the fact that the White Sox only had 1 hit. So just to kind of cruise through what happened yesterday, Michael Kopech on the mound against the Baltimore Orioles. You should win that baseball game. They did not. Kind of like really just, I don't know, dude.
And would you say pitiful again, or
I would say it's close to pitiful.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting a lot of people like I had somebody in my mentions last night saying stop the optimism, and I'm the most optimistic White Sox fan on the fucking planet. Like I am the biggest homer White Sox fan that's ever lived. I totally believe in optimism, but I don't think that some people tuned into the last show that I had with NWI Steve on Thursday after the White Sox got beat by the Baltimore Orioles for the first time in this series.
Right.
And I was a little mad online, Buzz. I was a little bit mad online.
I think we all were.
Steve wasn't. Steve talked about how, the Baltimore Orioles defense just put on a good show.
They
had a good game. I was mad at that one, and I was mad at the tone that it set for the series. We talk about setting the tone around here. The tone was set in this series by the Baltimore Orioles, and the Sox have yet to dig themselves out of a hole. Bench is clear last night. You think that should incite some sort of fire, passion, whatever it is for this White Sox team. They're only able to muster one hit and get beat by the Orioles last night. Then you fast forward to today, and your only run in the early parts of the ballgame before you get to the ninth inning comes on some bad Baltimore Oriole defense.
Right. Yep.
Sox unable to string some hits together at any point in the ballgame. This offense has gone absolutely cold. Just absolutely cold. Now, before the game, Tony La Russa speaking to the media says that you've got about 5 guys who are under trainer instruction not to run hard.
I saw that. It was T.A. Vaughn, Roberts,
Pollock,
and then I can't remember the fifth. Was it Berger?
Anderson. T.A. Pollock. Abreu is the
one. Abreu. Yeah, okay. He was the only one I didn't add. You're right.
Yes. So you got 5 guys
right
in this lineup who are under trainer instruction not to run hard. Now, I can see where this is a thing. There were some people who were on Twitter.com saying, I've never heard of that. I have, because just in baseball, you're going to have guys who are injured, who are dealing with leg soreness, all this stuff. But 5 of them. It's not one guy who's going to dog it out there. I remember the Ricky Renteria days where players were supposed to get benched for not running out to first base. We are at a point with this White Sox team where literally all of your quote unquote stars who are actually available to play are also dealing with nagging injuries. It's not even July yet.
This is very concerning.
And then you've got a guy up from Double-A to fill in the 6th spot. Lurie Garcia is another one who's supposed to be a bench player. You've got your bench is even decimated right now. Danny Mendick, Adam Engel, guys who should be your bench guys are fucking injured. Buzz, I don't know how you can win baseball games at this point with this lineup being so decimated by injuries. And I don't mean to make excuses. I did, and it's not an excuse. There's a real problem within the White Sox organization right now where you literally have nobody going 100%, and you need somebody to carry you. We've talked about this on this show multiple times. I'm sure you've talked about it on Bulls on Tap. I've talked about it on Four Feathers. Sometimes when your stars are down, you need somebody to come up, fill that role, be the guy who's hustling, be the guy who's just carrying the team. There is no one doing that on the White Sox offense right now, and it's fucking sad because you watch this, and it's not pretty.
Yeah, no,
that's my initial thought.
Right, no, yeah, it's been absolutely terrible. Again, I know you said you didn't want to make excuses for how they've been producing with runs and stuff like that, but I mean, let's be honest here, man. We have White Sox fans hyping up Sosa, who, yeah, he's showing some promise down there in Double-A, but wanting him to come up here and contribute right away. He comes up, he gets 5 at-bats in the leadoff spot today. He did score a run. He got on base. But this guy, you're putting that pressure of being a savior on him right away, and I just hate that for him. He doesn't deserve that. I think that White Sox Twitter should know that, but we're all flying off the handle because that's what we do around here. That's just the norm. As far as the energy and someone taking that step to cover for the guys that are gone, right? Listen, that comes in more. Wow, that was a voice crack if I've ever fucking heard one in a long time. Hello, puberty. Anyway, so
I'm glad you're getting there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see what my beard looks like when I hit it. Anyway,
I was going to say,
fucking, I don't really get the whole, I get it, but someone step up. I think there needs to be a shake up. And again, I know a lot of people, there's people that are for Tony. There's people that's not for Tony. Tony's not getting a fair shake right now. His roster's injury and they're decimated. But if you feel that you are a competitive team and you still do have guys like Robert and Abreu in right now, but then they're on these programs that are trying to save their legs. And just like you said, it's in July. That leads me to believe that every variable that I could think of to fix this problem, every solution that exists to fix the problem that they're facing right now is actually a fallacy. I don't feel like any of them exist right now because it just feels like luck is against them. I don't really know how else to put it differently. I feel like from the top to the bottom, this has been an absolute fucking shit show. I feel like, and I'm going to get into this now, and I know that I haven't done this in a hot minute, but like people can vent about what's going on, especially people like you, if you choose to vent. Okay. Or people like fucking Summer of George or Buddy who wants to vent because you guys put in money to this team. I'm not saying even if you don't, you can't vent, but the water carrying that's happening for this too, at the same time, there's a lot of issues. It goes, and I love how you put it earlier. It's organizational at this point. It's organizational. I can't pinpoint where the problem is, but these fans have a right to be fucking mad when you have Steve Stone or these guys on Twitter that are fucking carrying a flag. Go ahead, carry your flag. You're a fucking homer too, but you're not a moron. You know that this sucks. And you're going to be a realist about it because there's no reason to fucking lie. If you're trying to draw in money, that's Steve Stone's job. Great. It's Steve Stone's job. You're going to be a dick and be a condescending prick to everybody because they're getting upset about how this team is performing. I would be too. They saw a spike in their season fucking ticket sales. Okay. That is a true fucking fact. They had a spike in their season ticket sales. There's been more hype around the team than since we were children, Tony, since we watched them win a World Series and shit. I mean, what was the last time there was hype around it? 2016? It's not as much as this has been, you know. People have a right to voice their displeasures. If you want to be a dick about your displeasure, that was a jack off motion to the people that are not watching this stream. Stop being a douche. But if you have an actual like legitimate complaint about it, you shouldn't be met with the organization fighting back at you and trying to fucking call you a moron. And as a fan, I feel insulted from the play on the field. I feel insulted for the explanations that we're getting. And then, like you said, that morning report of those 5 guys being hurt. Why should I watch another White Sox game right now? You want to carry a super flag or super fan flag or whatever on your back? More power to you. But what is the reason? Everybody's fucking hurt. We're in big trouble. There's, dismay within the fan base towards the team. Like the leadership of the team being Rick Hahn and Tony La Russa. I don't see what the point is anymore, man. This is crazy. I'm still going to watch because I'm an asshole, but you know what I'm getting at.
So I'll say this, and I don't want to go. I don't want to get into this with you on Steve Stone. You and I have battled this out, but I want to say my piece on this.
Fine, go ahead.
So I can understand where people get angry with this, and I've tried to do this kind of just as a person, right? Like because I've looked at things very negatively throughout my life. Like the world's crumbling down. You know, I'm dealing with a work situation. This is right. Negative. Right. I saw a comment from him today about negativity and what that breeds, and being positive yields positive results. I've tried to carry that throughout what we do here at On Tap Sportsnet and just even with Sox. It's hard. It's really hard to be a positive person.
Yeah, and that's totally fair.
It's really hard. It's really hard to be a positive person. I think Steve Stone is kind of your pinnacle of that, right? Like he's looking at the glass half full a lot of the time, and he's met with a lot of resistance when you go online and you deal with something like Twitter. And feel free to come back at me on this.
Oh, but no, I think
honestly for me, one of the reasons that I respect what he's doing is the fact that like you are going to get met in life with a ton of negative. You wake up on Monday morning, your boss tells you to do something, you don't want to fucking do it. You know it's wrong, but you're going to do it anyway because you got to pay your fucking bills.
Oh yeah,
there's tons of
deep on Sox on Tap. I love it. Yeah, me and Tony back. All right.
There's so much negativity.
There's a lot of negativity.
And you know what? Like certain things, like as I get a little bit older, Buzz, certain things you have to be positive for, and I can respect that attitude. I can respect trying to keep the negativity out of your feed. Now, I know you called him a prick earlier. I saw Summer of George telling him to walk off a short pier.
I wouldn't say
that.
I'm just,
let me finish. Let me finish.
Go
and
ahead.
I'll let you respond to it.
Thank you.
I think that to a certain extent, a lot of White Sox fans right now are negative, and they have a reason to be negative because the play on the field fucking sucks. I see that. Everybody sees that. Everybody can, like, just with their own eyes can see it. But then you get certain aspects like Tony La Russa coming out and saying you got 5 guys injured in your lineup, and then the rest of them are on the IL. Like, that's not good. You can't build a successful winning baseball team underneath these circumstances.
Oh, you're 100% correct. I agree with that.
But you are also correct, Buzz, where you say, like, yeah, you spend money on this team, you invest in it, you should have an opinion. I think there's a disconnect there with people who are in that situation, who spend money on this team, who watch every single game. I mean, I watch every single game, and I'm on this show more than anybody else. Like,
I passed out. Yeah.
I mean, dude,
9 times out of 10.
I can sit here and I can look at what happened on Twitter before this all transpired today, which is even worse. And you know what, Steve Stone's going to eat some shit because everybody's going to come out there and be like, are we enjoying this ride? Are we enjoying this ride? No, we're not. I've been saying on this show before and even tweeted stuff out about like the whole it takes 5 years to build a house. If your contractor doesn't fucking give you the full house that you paid for, well, you're going to be upset. And that's fair to be upset with it. But I also think, just as a person, as somebody who's trying to grow as a human, as somebody who's trying to, put that back into the world, like, yeah, you want to be positive and you don't want to surround yourself with people who are being negative around it. It's just really hard for me to kind of understand where that is, because everybody wants to go make a joke for shock value on Twitter because you want the likes. It's almost a badge of honor at this point to be blocked by Steve Stone. I think that's sad.
Okay, honestly, well, hang on. So this has got to be where you let me come back.
Honestly, I think it's sad if you think that getting blocked by Steve Stone is like your biggest accomplishment in life.
Okay,
like read something better. That's just me. That's just my thoughts. You can go ahead.
I feel you on that. So the badge of honor from being blocked by Steve. So listen, I don't want to fucking any badge of honor from Twitter at all, because anybody that looks forward to that is probably lame. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, on the Steve Stone comments, that whole time, I know he can't say this to every single person, Tony, but you can do a fucking, cliff notes of it, right? Of everything that you just said and how you explain things. I felt was done with integrity, genuineness, and understanding, and that. Steve Stone doesn't do that. I've even watched him do it to people that are actually legitimate questions on fucking Twitter, and him being smug and an asshole. That's the reason I don't like Steve. Do I agree with being a positive? You know how I am with the Sox and the Bulls. It's in the intro of this fucking podcast. I'm a homer. So I always say they're going to win. They're still going to win the division in my mind, because guess what? I'm a homer. I have to believe that. It's the way he talks to people, man. That's what I don't like. And when you're a representative of the team, I don't care how many people are coming at you. If you don't like that, then get the fuck off the platform. Period. Don't be an asshole. That's all it is. He's done it to nice people that I've personally talked to on Twitter that had no ill will. If you're going to be an asshole, then you got to take what's coming back. If you want to block him, then go ahead and block him. Just know you're a prick. Don't act like that. Don't talk like you're better than somebody. You're smug. You're alienating a certain point of the fan base. You did it in a way where people can understand, be like, wow, you know what? I understand what you just said, Tony. That's real cool. You took the time to explain it. Again, you can cliff note that too, but you took the time to explain it. You took time to be a nice human being about it. This guy is alienating people because he's being an asshole. And that is what's hard for how they're performing right now. And I'm just tying all this back into a big bow. The fact that we have fucking lost 3. Wait, I'm sorry. Was it 3 or is it 2? No, it's 3. Because tomorrow's Sunday. We've lost 3 out of fucking 4. People have a right to be upset, dude. This sucks. So don't be an asshole to him. If you don't like what people have to say, then get the fuck off the platform. And that goes more than one ways. I mean, I've had somebody say that to me today. If you don't like him, don't follow him. I don't follow him. It shows up on my shit. And then I see it. I could mute it. Sure. But I'm curious. I'm not going to lie. I'm curious. I'm a human being. I'm curious.
And that's fair. But I just think that, I think
you had a genuineness, buddy. You had a genuineness.
I think there's a disconnect there between people and what he's trying to proceed, because I think, I see some comments in here. I played baseball in the 70s and also I'm a huge Hawk Harrelson guy. Love Hawk.
Oh, I love Hawk.
So I saw Hawk in the booth today. I think the biggest thing that didn't happen today, I wanted to see Hawk call an inning of this White Sox game. Maybe they need Hawk back in the booth. I don't know.
Right.
But I think there's a huge disconnect between people. And I think just in today's culture, it's a badge of honor to go back and like just combat people in social media and go back and forth and cause the biggest stir. You see this all the time.
I see it every fucking day.
Whoever's causing the most it's like walking through a fucking high school hallway. Whoever's creating the biggest controversy are the people who are going to get the most attention. It's fucking sick.
They play the game. Right.
Anyway, we'll move past some of the stuff.
We said our piece.
We did.
We're upset because the White Sox have lost 4 in a row.
Yeah,
and 3 in a row to the Orioles. I'm sorry. We have a game tomorrow. It's at 1:10. Tone. Listen, man. Again, you said it before. You don't like to make excuses, Tony. I don't know how to go any other way about it right now. I really don't, bud. I don't know if it's an excuse. I think we're depleted, and I think it hurts, and I'm not really sure what they can do.
I think they are too. So let's talk about a situation that happened in today's ball game real quick. 7th inning, Lance Lynn stays out there. They go to Jose Ruiz. I know a lot of people come back and they're like, why did Tony go to Jose Ruiz? Where's it Joe Kelly? Tony La Russa talked about it afterwards. He said, you get to the 8th inning, you get Joe Kelly. We've heard this story before. I think it frustrates the shit out of people. Use your best guy in this situation or blah, 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 blah. Lance Lynn's inning is what Tony La Russa said. Lance Lynn should be able to get out the 7, 8, 9 guys of the Baltimore Orioles. He should. That's his job. He should. Didn't get that done.
He didn't get the job done.
Didn't get the job done.
Maybe he should have voiced his opinion a little bit more, but everybody that knows Tony La Russa, can we just stop playing? He's going to ride his starter because that's his guy. He has earned the right, blah, 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 blah. We got to be honest with ourselves in there. Lance Lynn started losing some velocity, started losing some stuff.
And that's fair. He's in the 7th inning of a ball
109 game. Fucking pitches. I'm not mad at him. He gave it his 100% like he always does. I love Lance Lynn. Not mad at him at all. Again, what the fuck? I feel more confident with Lance Lynn, even though more sometimes than I feel with Joe Kelly. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like, it's so depleted and so weird. I don't really know how to fucking talk about it. It's
a bad situation.
It's a bad situation.
This stuff compounds.
Yeah.
This stuff compounds on you because of where you're at in the series.
It's a weight that you almost can't fucking lift anymore. It really is.
I mean, let's put this in perspective. If the Sox are up by 4 or 5 runs at that point, which they should be against Baltimore, and you know what bothers the shit out of me is like you go to the 7th inning and Baltimore's throwing out a guy who I've never even fucking heard of. And he's got like a .78 ERA and
Vespi?
Yes, that guy. He's got like a .78 ERA. He's appeared in like 20 ball games or some shit. I'm not even looking at the stats right now, but I'm like, why are we as White Sox fans subject to Jose Ruiz, Tanner Banks, Bennett Sousa, like all these guys, when I heard earlier on in the year that this was going to be the most hated ball club? I think that was a Liam Hendricks comment. This is going to be the most hated ball club. Like, people are going to hate playing against us and all the stuff. And everybody's injured. Everybody's injured. I've never seen this before in my life.
It kind of like,
and then I'm jealous. I'm watching this game and I'm fucking jealous of the Baltimore Orioles bullpen.
I don't want to talk about that.
That's bringing me down. Somebody tweeted at me like the Baltimore Orioles bullpen makes less than like Lurie Garcia, and I'm like, why the fuck is that the case? Where is the onus on like Rick Hahn here? Like I hear all the time.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
But I hear all the time. They've got to spend more money, spend more money, spend more money.
Like you put a lot in the bullpen.
The guy that spent the money spent it wrong, in my opinion. And I hear so much hate for all the shit that goes on the field. Well, maybe the guy that put the players on this roster that are on the field didn't do it the right way. Where is that?
Yeah. Right. I feel there's a realm of the White Sox Twitter universe that exists there, though. And not even just because we see that shit. And as a fan of the team in general, I mean, I know me and my dad have had this conversation a million times, like this dude's put the team together. We were sold on prospects. And listen, the Sox went really high with that. And I'm not going to lie to you. Did I strap did I put Velcro on a rocket ship and hold on to it because of these prospects? Hell yeah. I thought they were going to take us to the moon. I really did. So,
you also thought you were going to be eating $1 hot dogs on Wednesdays.
I did, motherfuckers, and they took it away. But I don't know, man. A lot how this team is constructed, a lot how it's gone down, the injury problems that they faced, the misfits, not misfits, but you know what I'm saying, the misfits next to each other at positions, just shit like that. I just don't think it really worked out in our favor. And you're watching it transpire in a year where if you would have told me when me and you were bullshitting during limited spring training they had, and you and I were like, man, this might be it. You got to trade for AJ Pollock. You got a right fielder. He's going to play. You got Robert. You got a Jimenez or Vaughn if he wants to be in left. Look at the infield. Josh Aaron's not my favorite, but you have a high guy a high profile guy like Yohan Moncada. You have Tim Anderson. You got Abreu who did all right. You got Grandal. Barely any of them are available. Out of all the names I just fucking mentioned, Vaughn and Robert and Abreu and Pollock are the only ones that played today. That's a problem, Lurie Garcia is not meant to be an everyday player, and he's been terrible. And we all know I'm a Lurie guy, but he's been pretty bad. He has not been good consistently.
Kenwo said he was great today.
Yeah, Kenwo is great. Kenwo is a guy that I love. Kenwo, and this is nothing I wouldn't say to Kenwo's face, but that those people you're talking about the shock value tweets, that is Kenwo. He likes to throw that shit out there. Good guy. I love Ken, but that's what he does. That's his shtick. I'm just being me because I don't know how to be anybody else but me, and I say this sucks. Lurie's not supposed to be an everyday player. No, Lynn Sosa shouldn't be up here right now. Reese McGuire's playing every day. He's playing every fucking day when Yasmani Grandal was in because he's having fucking knee issues again. You can't evaluate them because they don't fucking play. And then if you choose to evaluate them right now, it's a shitty evaluation because it's not the finished product. But then why is that? Because they all keep getting hurt. So then I go to the talent evaluator that made it responsible for these guys to come in or be a part of this and be like, they have a history of injury problems. Do you think that your manager's playing out of position? Do you think you built the right team? And then when you ask that question, you say no, but La Russa gets a lot of the blame, which I don't care. Just everybody that likes or hates him or likes him. I don't care if he loses his job tomorrow. I promise you I will sleep the same way. But I'm saying right now is like, you have a team. What did you say on the phone when we were talking on Thursday? We got a team with fucking 5 DHs playing in positions, Mm-hmm. Like, it's not built great. And we're losing to the Baltimore Orioles. So, yeah, I'm not breaking down the game. I'm on a fucking tangent because I'm sad. Well,
you want to tie this back to Steve Stone? I'll throw this in I'll just go full circle here.
Full circle. I like full circles. Very
important. The architect of the house maybe didn't do it the right way.
No, I think he added one too many.
You've got like 17 fucking toilets that you can flush shit down, and you put like no electricity in the house. That's the biggest problem. There's man, it is 5 DHs, and you got 5 injured DHs.
Right.
That's a problem. The fact that you've got like one of the worst farm systems in baseball where you're calling Lennon Sosa, and nothing against Lennon Sosa. I think he could be a fine baseball player. He's a better baseball player than I am. He's a better baseball player than anybody else who's ever talked on this show.
I'm pretty great,
Hey, man, wiffle ball, we might be okay.
I probably couldn't even hit that tone.
We might be okay in wiffle ball. But, the fact of the matter is that, like, you got guys who are out there that pay money, show up to the ballpark, and they're like, why isn't Lennon Sosa in the lineup last night? And then
is that why you're excited? Wait, is that why you're excited? Oh no, it gives the White Sox the best chance to win. Oh
no, you know what would give the White Sox the best chance?
The guy who's never taken the guy who's barely taken MLB at bat. Okay. You got
it. But Andrew Vaughn's your precedent there, man. Andrew Vaughn's your precedent there, and everybody else is going to be Andrew Vaughn.
Everybody's got so many hot takes.
There's so many opinions.
The wall.
Yeah, there's so many opinions around this thing. It's just wild. We're living in unprecedented times as White Sox fans.
We're in a great depression of White Sox fans because we're supposed to be good and we're bad.
Yeah. Well, you said it earlier. You still think they're going to win the division?
Oh yeah, 100%. I can't. If I tell myself before bed tonight that they're not going to win the division, I'm going to go play Frogger on 80.
Yeah,
I can't afford
it. This isn't the end, but it's also a time to sit here and like just look at this. And
I believe it might be the beginning of it.
Well, have some reflection around what's going on here, and really take a deep look at the roster construction, the player development, I feel like there's just so many fall guys for this, and it's really easy to point at the manager. It's really easy to point at Joe.
Managers
McEwing.
in any sport,
But it's also really easy to point at Joe McEwing. It's really easy to point at Frank Menachino.
I don't like Joe McEwing.
It's really easy to point at Jerry Reinsdorf.
I don't like Jerry, really.
Well, you do the Bulls podcast, so bless your heart. But I just think that there's I might have killed him. I just think that
feel good now.
There's so many things, man. Hey, you guys did a great show. I mean, the Bulls are drafting people and
we're doing
making
things
the
like
playoffs.
It's my fault, really. Whoever picks fucking 2 Jerry Reinsdorf team to be their fucking favorite teams might have some issues, and I'm sign me up on the issue card.
More power to you.
Right.
But I just really think at this point there's a whole sort of like self-reflection period here when you've lost 3 games in a row to the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
They've got more wins than you. You're in the AL Central, which is a weaker division that you should have a cakewalk through. And then go look at some of the injuries that this team has sustained, and it's a no-win situation. I go back to Michael Scott trying to solve, the conflicts in that episode of The Office, where he's like, "We're looking for a win-win-win situation," and I feel like we are in a lose situation. That's where we're at right now as White Sox fans.
I'm gonna turn that on.
It's just lose.
Yeah,
that's
man.
where we're at.
Yep, and I would like to say what they could do to change it. I don't have an answer. People need to get healthy, and that's it.
I was going to say Dion Vicieto is what they need to do, and then I went and Googled him before we got on this show, and he has a shoulder injury and isn't even playing for the Chunichi Dragons because he's even injured.
Yeah, he'd fit in, though, here because he's hurt. He wouldn't be available.
Yeah, that's true.
We have that going.
Maybe they'll now go make a play for Dion Vicieto.
Right, 100%.
Let's talk about tomorrow. We're already over a half hour. What do we got tomorrow?
Really?
Yeah, we're already over half hour.
Every time I talk to you, man, it's just like time and space stand still, But tomorrow we have Jordan Lyles. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's 4-6 with a 4.92 ERA in 78 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's let up 10 home runs. He's walked 27 and struck out 66. He's going up against Dylan Cease, 5-3, 2.68 ERA. The mustache is God. 74 innings pitched for him, 59 hits he's let up, struck out 108 in them 74 innings because Dylan Cease is a bad motherfucker. Just get them walks down. Get the walks down. 36 walks for Dylan Cease. He's only let up 5 bombs on the year. That is a pitching matchup for tomorrow as the 34-39 Baltimore Orioles take on the 33-37 Chicago White Sox.
Who you got as a pick to click? This is the hardest question.
It really sucks on this show. I don't know what to say. You know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go with TA because he didn't play today. So I'm gonna go TA. He'll be my pick to click on a Sunday. It's the only thing I can do.
I feel you here. I just think that you saw Jose Abreu heat up for a little.
You can come with me. Come with me.
I'm not gonna go TA. I'm not gonna double down on it.
You don't want to drive with me?
No, I want to go with.
Good call.
I want to go with Jose Abreu.
Okay,
I really want to go with Jose Abreu.
I love Pito power.
I just had a fantasy baseball trade come in to my inbox here.
What is
it? It's Moreno and Spencer Torkelson for Lance Lynn.
Oh.
I hate that this just got discussed on here. I'm trying to do my pick to click.
I'm sorry, man. I apologize. I missed you, man. I'm trying to talk to you about things.
I know you are. I know you are. We can talk about that off air.
I don't want to. I want everybody to see.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to go Jose Abreu for the pick to click tomorrow. I got more beers to drink, and we can figure out.
Me too. I got to run to the damn garage and go see my daddy, see what he's up to over there. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else, man. Hopefully they hit the goddamn ball tomorrow. Dylan Cease, I think he'll be able to shut them down. Hit the ball, get Dylan Cease some goddamn run support, and win a game. Please do not get swept. Please do not get swept by the Baltimore Orioles. If you do that, I'm going to be very, very sad. Just
people are going to be # mad online.
I'm mad on fucking line. Yeah. That's all I got, Tone. I got nothing else. Do you want me to lead it out, or do you want to lead it out?
You can lead it out. I'm just going to sit here and sip this beer. Yeah, you can. You can lead this out.
Everybody be sure to go on OnTapSportsNet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Sox On Tap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Tone at Tony On Tap. Follow me at Buzz On Tap. Anywhere you can listen to the podcast, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. Go to BetRivers.com. Use promo promo code on tap. They will match up to $250 of your first deposit. If you are watching on Twitter or Facebook, please, if you get the chance, go to youtube.com/OnTapSportsNet. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hop in the comments with us. Talk to Jim. Jim lives in the comments because that's our guy. And yes, I will be turning left. We'll see you guys tomorrow in some variation of the Sox on Tap crew. White Sox forever.
White Sox forever.